Good afternoon and welcome to Customer Effects Training Webinars. My name is Dale Richter and today we're going to be talking about the SalesLogix web client and looking for matching records. I'm going to switch over here to my web client and then we'll get started. Hold on just a second. Okay, so I've opened my web client and we're currently looking at the contact screen. We wanted to look for, and we're going to use the functionality of looking for matching records when you're adding a new record. So I'm going to go up here to my new icon, click on new, and I'm going to add a new account / contact. When that screen comes up, here's where I type in my contact's name, and I'm just going to type in Keith Abbott with 1 B. The account name being Full Incorporated. I could then put in an email address. And of course I'm going to go down and put in a phone number here. Now you'll notice over on the right here we do have a checkbox for automatically search after the phone is filled in. So we can check that, and that's just going to stay checked for this user. So let me check that. Then I'm going to go ahead and click on look for matching records. So the next time I would do an insert, it would automatically search after I put in the phone number. So now it brought up the search box here, and I have matching filters. And one thing you want to make sure to check here is I always click match any of the selected filters, not all of the selected filters. So as we look up, and here we can look up contacts, leads, and accounts, and then I can choose which field I'm going to look at. So I can look at first name, last name, and I could look at account name, I could look at phone number, and any of these other fields that are listed here. But I think primarily first name, last name, and account name are going to be the ones you want to look up by. Down in the bottom of the screen, it will list any of the matches it comes up with. Now, before I click on Update Potential Matches, I'm also going to look at the advanced options here. And in here, we can use stemming, number 1, where it searches other grammatical forms of the word. I'm going to check that also. And use phonetics. Find words that sound similar. I'll also use that. We can use synonyms also, where it uses the thesauruses to find the synonyms to the word. I'm not going to use that one. And then using fuzzy logic, not fudgy, fuzzy. Fuzzy logic, and we can choose the level we want to go to on there. Determines the characters that can differ with a range of up to 1 to 10. So I'm just going to leave it set at 2 here. Now I'm going to go ahead, go back to my match filters, and I'm just going to click on Update Potential Matches. As the system looks for matches here, we'll see that it came up with quite a few different matches. But if I look down here, I can find actually Keith Abbott as one of my matches here. Keith Abbott with 2 B's. Also, the company name is Full Systems versus what I actually put in up in the top here. You see I put in Full Inc. So it did find that as a potential match, even though I didn't have the company name right and I did not have the contact name right either. So let me get out of here. I'm going to go back and I'll do another one here. I'm going to insert new contact or new account / contact again. And my contact name, I'm just going to put in any contact name here. And the account name, I'm going to put in ZAINNAR. And again, I would continue working my way down. I would put in a phone number. Look for potential match records again. As it pulls up, I could set any of my matches here. I'll set first name, last name, and account name again. And I'm going to make sure to switch this match all selected filters to match any of the selected filters. And I'm going to click on update potential matches. So in here we found quite a few. It's looking at the names here. It found a bunch of Dales, a bunch of Daves. So I'm going to take off the first name and I'm going to click on update potential matches again and see what we come up with there. Here I come up with one last name as Richter. I'm going to take the last name off now and just look up potential account matches. In the advanced options, I want to make sure I'm using my stemming and my phonetics. I'm going to update potential matches again. And you'll see here it actually found an account name called Zaner Products, Z-A-N-E-R. versus what I put in there, Z-A-I-N-N-A-R. So it would definitely find matches if you spelled the name slightly different. And certainly if you just put it in uppercase or lowercase, it would definitely find that match. So we know that company is Zaner Products with a capital Z and a capital P. Let me go back again. Let's cancel this one. And I'll put in the contact name, which is Jim Belcher, I believe. And this time I'm going to put in the correct account name, except I'm going to use lowercase, Z-A-N-E-R-P-R-O-D-U-C-T-S, Zaner Products. And then I'm going to look for matching records. And even though that's in lowercase, it should still find Zaner Products, which it did here. It also found Jim Belcher. So, and once you set up these filters, they will be saved for that user. So you see the last one I used was account/company, so that's the one that was saved this time. So they'll save from time to time, and you can change them, and whatever you change them to will save for that user. Now I'm logged in as the admin user, so these preferences will be saved for the admin user. If we look back on the main screen here, we see that it actually looks for potential matches by the email, by the web address, by the phone number, by the contact, and then the account. So that is how you would look up matching records as you're adding records to the database. There is also a functionality within the LAN client that will allow us to search for duplicate records using our duplicate records wizard. But that would be more of a cleanup and not as we're adding records to the database. And we can certainly look at that in another webinar. But in this webinar, we've been looking at looking for matching records using the SalesLogix web client. I want to thank you for joining me today. Have a great afternoon.